Welcome to today's video. Happy Multichrome Monday. We have a bunch of new multichromes coming out from Terra Moons, and these are going to be launching May 27th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I will link all the information down in the description box. There are 11 new shades that are launching, and they are varying texture. As per usual, Terra Moons is really good at doing different formulas, so we have some flakier shadows as well as some smoother shadows, and I've grouped them in the swatches as such. And then of course I'm going to be showing you some swatch comparisons, and then I'm going to be creating two looks. As this is closer to a more summer release, technically we're probably still into spring depending on where you are. These are for the most part on the brighter, colorful side, and I do see a couple of shadows that do look pretty unique to my collection. And Terra Moons did send me these shadows, so thank you so much to Terra Moons for sending them over to me. And I do have a non-affiliated code with the brand that will put up on the screen in case you're interested in picking any of these up or any other shadows. I have tons and tons of videos on Terra Moons featuring their previous collections, swatch comparisons, as well as tutorials. So let's get right into the swatch comparisons and then the two looks, and then at the end of the video I'll give you some of my thoughts. So for the first look, I'm going to be dipping into the layer palette from Blend Money Cosmetics as per usual, because I mean, look at this beautiful assortment of colors. It's going to match perfectly with the shimmer shadows that I'm choosing. Picked up Lost at Sea, and I'm going to pop that right into my crease. And then I'm taking Explore, and I'm going to put that all over the lid. And start to kind of blend it up a little bit, but first I really just want to lay it down. And then going back in with a Lost at Sea for this outer edge. And then connecting my lower lash line with Explore. Just a little bit out here in the outer corner. Picked up the tiniest amount of Black Sea, and I'm just going to use that to line my lash line. And like a tiny little shadow wing essentially. Gonna prime with the Fair Pixie Epoxy, and I'm more or less going to put it all over the lid. I do feel like this shade in particular needs just a little bit of tackiness, and I'm going to be using Galileo, and because it has so many sparkles throughout it, I wanted to make sure it has something to stick down to, and here's what that looks like picked up on the brush. And I'm just going to start and blend it up on top of the primer. Oh, that's so pretty. And here's the first finished look. For the second look, I'm again using the layer palette from Blend Money. I'm going into Jellyfish, and I'm going to put that right into the crease, and I'm going to be creating a halo eye. So I just want that to be mostly concentrated in the crease here. And then taking Tentacles on the inner third of my lid, as well as the outer third, just packing it on first to get it laid down. And then I'm going to go back in with the other brush. This is the Riffer 13, and I'm using Jellyfish to blend that out. And that blends beautifully. And then I'm going to go in here And then I'm just going to kind of connect the center section. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be too neat because that's where the shimmer is going. And then taking Tentacles underneath my lower lash line. I think I'm just going to leave it there. So the shade I'm using in the center of my lid is a little bit flaky, and it is the shade Ultraviolet. Of course, I'm going in with the Fair & Pixie Epoxy, and I'm just popping that in the center. Using the Reference 02 brush, you can see the flakiness of the shadow, and I'm just going to press it down in the center of my lid and slowly bring it out on each of the edges and up into my crease, because it's going to end up there anyway, so might as well bring it up all the way there. I had a minimal fallout with that one, and that one is super shiny and sparkly, and I think you can still see a little bit of that like flaky texture, especially compared to this shadow and the way it looks on the lid. And then I'm using Halo Stars as the inner corner highlight. Oh, that's so pretty. This one has a little bit of fallout actually. I can kind of see the pigment flying around. Maybe I just picked up too much. And here's the second look. As per usual, this release has a couple of different textures, which I love that Terra Moons offers different kinds of textures. I think this shade right here, Butterfly Nebula, that I use in the look is the most flaky out of the rest of these. And then these other shades are a little bit flaky. You can kind of see the textural difference, I think, just looking at the pans. And then these are the much smoother formulas. And even these two new iridescent shadows, they do feel just extra shiny and smooth and sparkly. They feel a little bit different to me from their usual iridescent formula because of the just amount of shine that they have to offer. My top picks are definitely one or both of these iridescent shadows. And I think Voyager is pretty beautiful and unique. It's in line with some of their other grungier kind of multi-chrome shadows, which I appreciate. Mystic Mountain is absolutely beautiful, but I'm probably not going to be reaching for this kind of shade too often. Such a beautiful, super reflective, smoky, purpley shadow with lots of sparkles throughout it. And then all the purple lovers are going to absolutely love Ultraviolet. Again, this one is the slightly flakier formula. Make sure you're following me on Instagram to see some more looks featured with these shadows. And again, these are launching May 27th, so let me know in the comments below if you plan on picking any of these shades up. Which are your favorite? Which of the two looks was your favorite? I would love to hear your thoughts. And that's everything for this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time.